Hello, my dear students. A very warm welcome on this session. Today I am late because I am present in another batch. So I am very sorry for the inconvenience caused to you. And today we are going to discuss some of the most important economics current affairs or economics mixed questions. And earlier in the class on the night marathon session, we have discussed almost 60 questions. Okay. In the earlier session of the economics class, we have discussed 60 questions, and today I am continuing with the 61st question in this session. So make me clear that all okay, so make me clear that the voice is clear to all of you. Am I audible to all of you? And kindly share the session. Kindly share the session to your members. Okay. Kindly share the session to the associates or your friends. Okay, now let's start the class with the 61st question. We have already discussed about the 60 questions in the previous class, in the night marathon class. So today we are continuing with our 61st question. So the 61st question here it is, the inputs used in the production of goods and services to make an economic profit are known as. Okay, so the question is asking about the inputs used in the production of goods and services to make the economic profit are known as. So what are they? Factors of production, factors of demand, factors of supply, and factors of capital. What will be the correct answer for this question? Okay, what will be the correct answer for this question? 4 people are watching. Kindly give me the correct answer for this question. Kindly give me the correct answer for this question. What will be the correct answer for this question? So this is a question of the national income. Okay, this is the question is taken from national income topic, and in the national income topic we have studied that there are 4 factors of production which contribute the production of goods and services. So these are all called as factors of production. Okay, so this is the correct answer for this question, factors of production. Okay, what are the factors of production? So first of all, the factor of production is land. Okay, the first factor of production is land. Okay, and the next factor of production is labor. Land, labor, and the next is capital, and the last but not the least is entrepreneur. Okay, the last but not the least is entrepreneur. Okay, so these are the 4 factors of production which contribute in the production of goods and services. So whenever we are taking whenever we are calculating the national income by income method, so whenever we are calculating the national income by the income method, here we calculate GDP by land, by including the rent, wages plus interest plus profit. Okay, so there are 3 methods of calculating national income. There are 3 methods of calculating national income. The first one is production method, and the other one is income method, and the last one is expenditure method. So while calculating the income method, we consider the 4 factors: rent, wages, interest, and profit, and these all are the remunerations which are given to the land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Okay, so I think this question is clear to all of you. Now come to the next question, and this question is asked in RRB NTPC CBT2 exam. So here all the questions which are taken in this session are expected to come in the next examination or are asked in the previous examinations of various central government and state government exams. Okay, so here comes the next question for you, and the question goes like that: the Gandhian plan that was established, or we can say published, in 1944, espousing the spirit of the Gandhian economics thinking, was formulated by. Okay, so in 1944 2 plans were published. The first plan was Bombay plan. Okay, the first plan was in 1944. First plan that was published was Bombay plan. Okay, that was Bombay plan. And this plan focused on the establishment of heavy industry. Okay, the main focus of this plan was establishing the main focus of this plan was heavy industry establishment. Okay, heavy industry establishment. It is the main focus of this plan. And what was the official name of this plan? This question was asked in RRB NTPC CB22 exam. What was the official name? Official name was official name of this plan was the Plan for Economic Development of India. The plan for economic development of India. It is the official name. Development of India. Okay, this is the official name of this plan. So in this plan, the heavy industry strategy is criticized by the many Gandhian philosophers, or you can say the Gandhian philosophers, so that they started their new plan, and that was known as Gandhian plan. And Gandhian plan was presented by M.N. Roy, Jayaprakash Narayan, Sriman Narayan Agrawal, or Sri Ardesh Dalal. So the man behind the Gandhian plan was the Sriman Narayan Agrawal. Okay, Sriman Narayan Agrawal is the person behind the Gandhian plan, and he said that along with the establishment of heavy industry, we should focus on the establishment of village and cottage industry, so that the poor sections of the society can get the employment. Okay, because in heavy industry we use machinery, and by using the machinery, the unemployment situation in India will going to increase. Okay, so we have to focus on the increasing the number of employment opportunities in the country. So we have to give a plan so that the less capital is required and everyone can make an investment in the establishment of industry. And also on the other hand, we have to focus on the creation of employment opportunity. So the Gandhian plan was presented by the Sriman Narayan Agrawal. Okay, and if we talk about the M.N. Roy, he was the person who presented the first development of economic planning in India. Okay, M.N. Roy. So you have to remember the planned economy for India. The planned economy for India is a work published by M.N. Roy. Planned economy for India is a work. Planned economy for India is a work published by M.N. Roy. He is a communist leader, and he is the first person to present an economic plan for India, and he said that for the development or economic development of India, we should have to prepare a planned strategy to make India a developed nation. Okay, so this book you have to remember for the upcoming examinations. Okay, and this work was published in 1934. This work was published in 1934. You have to remember for your examinations. Okay, now let's discuss more some news. Okay, Jayaprakash Narayan, or we can say the Sri Ardesh Dalal. Sri Ardesh Dalal is the man behind the Bombay plan. Okay, Bombay plan was published by Ardesh Dalal along with his 8 industrialists. Ardesh Dalal along with 8 industrialists of Bombay. 8 industrialists of Bombay. Okay, so you have to remember all these information, because these all points were asked, or there is a great possibility that these points will be asked in the upcoming examinations. Okay, and when we talk about the Sarvodaya plan, okay, Sarvodaya plan, it is known as all-round development of India. Okay, every section of the society should be involved on the development of India, or you can say that it is the inclusive development of the people of India. And the plan was published in January 1950, and the plan was presented in January 1950, and the man behind this plan was Shri Jayaprakash Narayan. Shri Jayaprakash Narayan. Okay, so he is also known as the Lok Nayak. Okay, Jayaprakash Narayan, and he is also known as Lok Nayak. Okay, This question is asked in every various examinations. He is known as Lok Nayak. Lok Nayak. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. What do you understand by price ceiling? What do you understand by price ceiling? First option here goes with that imposition of upper limit of prices of goods and services, imposition of lower limit of prices of goods and services, imposition of upper limit of price of telecommunication, imposition of lower limit of price of telecommunication. So what should be the correct answer for this question? What do you mean by price ceiling? Okay, you have heard about the MSP. You have heard about the MSP. MSP stands for minimum selling price. Okay, MSP stands for minimum support price. Minimum support price. Minimum support price. Okay, so what is minimum support price? It is the price at which the government is ready to procure the produce of the farmers in any situation. Okay, if the market forces are not buying the goods at the prices, or you can say the fair prices, the government has pre-decided the amount or where at which the farmers produce will be procured by the government of India. Okay, it is known as MSP. So MSP is available for 23 crops. Okay, MSP is available for 23 crops. And who decides the MSP? Okay, and who decides the MSP? So decided by, you should remember that it is decided by CACP. Okay, CACP, and it was established in 1965. Okay, it was established in 1965. And what is the full form of CACP? CACP here stands for Commission for Agriculture. Commission for Agriculture. Commission for Agriculture Costs and Prices. Commission for Agriculture Cost and Prices. So this is the full form of CACP, and it it decides the MSP for the farmers produce, but they are not the sole authority to publish the price. Okay, the prices of the goods are, so we can say that recommended by the CACP, but the final decision was taken by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs under the guidance of Prime Minister of India. Okay, so you should remember that. And when we are talking about the price ceiling, ceiling here stands for ceiling is the ceiling is the upper price. Okay, ceiling is the upper price out of which you cannot go. Okay, so here it is known as imposition of upper limit of prices of goods and services. So price ceiling is very much important, or you can say that it is very much in news in the COVID times. At that times, the government of India has imposed price ceiling on various medical equipments and medicinal devices. Okay, so that the market cannot exploit the situation of the COVID. Okay, so price ceiling here stands for imposition of upper limit. Okay, and minimum support price is the minimum. Okay, it is the floor price. It is the floor price. Okay, and ceiling price, it is the maximum price out from which you cannot charge extra. Okay, now let's move to the next question. The question is asking that which country ranked first in the World Happiness Report? Options here are Finland, Denmark, Switzerland, Iceland. So what will be the correct answer for this question? So what will be the correct answer for this question? The question here, options here are Finland, Denmark, Switzerland, Iceland. And what is the rank of India in this? What is the rank of India in World Happiness Index? Okay, so the rank of India is 136. Okay, 136 the rank is secured by India, and it is topped by Finland. Okay, so Finland is on the top position in World Happiness Report 2022. So you can see this picture, and in by seeing this picture you can see that top ranker is Finland, and on the second rank it is Denmark, and on the third rank it is Iceland, and on the fourth rank it is Switzerland, and fifth rank it is Netherlands. So okay, so these all are the European nations which are on the first rank, or you can say the top fifth rank. And when we go to the India is ranked 136 in this index. And if somebody asks which institution publishes this report, which institution publishes the report, then your answer should be United Nations Sustainable Development Solution Network. Okay, the report is published by United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Solutions Network. So this is the agency which publishes this report. Okay, and the least rank is secured by Afghanistan. Least rank is the least ranker is Afghanistan. Now come to the next question. In the fixed exchange rate system, the dash fixes the exchange rate at the particular level. Okay, the question is asking about the exchange rate of the currency. So you have heard that $1 is equals to rupees 81. So these are the news that are very popular in nowadays. So that such as the rupee is marking on the lowest side in the comparison of dollar. So there are a lot of news. Okay, all the currencies are not performing accordingly to the dollar. So their options are: development bank decide the exchange rate, commercial bank decide the exchange rate, cooperative bank decide the exchange rate, and the government decide the exchange rate. So what will be the correct answer for this question? Krishna Rajiv, Hindi से question नहीं लाए हैं sir. Actually, it is a platform exclusively developed for the English medium. Okay, this is the platform. It is exclusively available for English medium students. And if you want to study in Hindi, you can go to the Exampur official channel, or you can purchase a course in Hindi medium. Okay. Now let's come to the question. So there are two types of exchange rate system in India, or you can say in the world. Okay, so one is fixed exchange rate system. One is fixed exchange rate system. And the other one is floating exchange rate system. So there are two type of exchange rate system in India: floating and fixed. Okay, there are two types of exchange rate system. In the fixed exchange rate system, the exchange rate of the currency or the domestic currency is decided by the government, while in the floating exchange rate system, the exchange rate of domestic currency is decided by the market forces, or you can say the demand supply of the domestic currency, or you can say the foreign currency. Okay, so it is decided by the government. It is decided by the government of a country, while on the other hand, floating exchange rate system, exchange rate is decided by exchange rate is decided by demand and supply of foreign currency. Demand and supply of foreign currency. Okay, so when we come to the India, you can say that neither fixed exchange rate system is going in India, or neither floating exchange rate system is implied in India. When we come to India, there is managed exchange rate regime. Okay, in India we follow managed exchange rate regime. Okay, so what is the difference between managed exchange rate regime? So in this type of regime, when the rupee goes down in compared to the dollar, then the Reserve Bank of India supplies dollar in the market. Okay, and whenever the supply of dollar increases in the market, so the the Reserve Bank of India purchases dollar from the market. So in this condition, or in this type of regime, the exchange rate is controlled by, the purchase and selling of the dollars by the Reserve Bank of India, or you can say the Central Bank of India. So in India we follow what? We follow the managed exchange rate regime. Okay, in India we follow managed exchange rate regime. You should remember that, followed in India. Okay, so what will be the correct option in this question? In the fixed exchange rate regime, that dash fixes the rates. So the answer will be government. Okay, so the answer will be government in this question. Now come to the next question. Which of the following is the largest slum area in India? Okay, this question was asked in the RRB NTPC CBT2 examination. Okay, so what is the correct answer for this question? Antop Hill, Dharavi, Royapuram and Kirtinagar. What will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer? So you have seen in the Bollywood movies there the slum areas, in not in the this era movies. You can go to the 1990s era movies, then you will find the slum area. Okay, so the largest slum area of India is Dharavi. Okay, Dharavi is the largest slum area of India. You should remember. Now come to the next question. So the commercial paper, question number 67. The commercial paper that is known as CP to be used by corporate houses in India was introduced in the year. So first of all, discuss what do you mean by CP or commercial paper. Okay, so first of all you should discuss. So before we discuss the CP, okay, now first of all we should mark the answer for this question. So the question is asking that in which year it was established. Okay, the CP was established in 1993, 1991, 1989 and 1990. So the correct answer for this question is 1990. Okay, in 1990 the CP was established. Okay, commercial paper was established for the short duration needs of the corporate houses by the government of India. Okay, so when we talk about when we talk about the money market needs, or you can say the fund requirement. Okay, for the fund requirement there are two type of fund requirement. Okay, or you can say the capital requirement. There are two types of capital requirement. First one is short term capital. Okay, and the next one is long term capital, So two type of capital is required for the proper functioning of a entity. Sahil Sagwan, sir, by mistake applied a post, but I have no qualification for the post. Then what should I do? So nothing to worry about. You can appear in the examinations, but the final, if you are got selected or you have qualified in the examination, so you have no opportunity to appear in the interview, or you can say for the final post. Okay, but you can give the examination. Nobody will going to bar you from the examinations. Okay, let's have the experience of the examination. This is the best idea if you have applied for the examination. Okay, so there are two types of capital. One is short term capital and one is long term capital. So what are the methods to arrange this capital? Okay, so you can arrange by own, okay, means that you have to arrange by own methods, and you can go for a bank loan, and the other thing is that you can issue debentures, and the last option is you can issue shares. Okay, you can issue shares. So by issuing the debentures or shares, or by getting bank loan, you can arrange the long term capital for your business. But when it comes to your short term capital, then what is the place where you can go and ask for the money? So either you have to arrange the short term capital by own or by bank loan. Okay, so there was a need. So there was a need which came in the picture, and this need was banks are available for the corporates and household sector both. So at the time in the 1990s era, banks were not so big, or you can say the not capable for granting loans to the household sector and also to the corporate sector. Okay, so the working capital so the committee on the working capital requirements gave the idea of the two instruments. Okay, the one was certificate of deposit and the other was commercial paper. So commercial paper is an instrument by which a corporate can arrange short term capital from the market, okay, either than the bank loan. Okay, but the commercial paper is least secured because no backing is available for the commercial paper. Okay, so there are so there are several instruments in money market. So there are several instruments of money market available from where you can arrange short term capital requirement. Okay, what are they? The first one is the first one is the first one is treasury bill. Okay, the first one is treasury bill. By issuing the treasury bills, the government of India can arrange short term money from the market. Okay, the first one is sir, why I am not eligible for other post CGL? Because not only qualification for GSO, or I'm not getting what are you asking? Okay, if you are not if you had selected the GSO post and you are not eligible, then you can uh, you are eligible for the other posts if you are graduate only then. If you are not graduate, then you cannot appear for any post. Okay, but as far as my knowledge, you can you are eligible for other post other than the JSO if you are not having the statistics portion or the asked in the specific qualification in the examination. Okay, so instruments of money market are treasury bills and commercial paper, commercial paper, certificate of deposit, certificate of deposit, and you can say that call money. Okay, so these all are the instruments of money market. Okay, money market is a place, or you can say a market from where short term capital requirement can be made. Okay, from where money can be made for the short term requirement of any, either be a government or either be a bank or either be a corporate houses. Okay, so these commercial paper and certificate of deposit both are the instruments of money market that can be issued to raise the short term fund capital requirement. Okay, I have post graduate. Okay, if you are post graduate, then you are eligible for the other posts as well. Now come to the question. So here comes the next question for you, and the question goes with that: the Golden Quadrilateral is a dash transport network aimed at facilitating faster movement of goods and people in India. The question is asking about the project, and it is related with which uh, infrastructure: road, railway, air, seaway. Okay, the question is asking about the Golden Quadrilateral. The question is asking about the Golden Quadrilateral. Okay, and it is a dash transport network aimed at facilitating faster movement of the goods and people in India. So the Golden Quadrilateral is a network of road. Okay, it is a network of road which connect the India from all sides, which connects the India from all sides. Okay, if graduation is complete, then you are eligible for other posts. Okay, so the Golden Quadrilateral is a network of road which connects India from the all sides. Okay, be it west, east, north, and south, and it was started by the uh, NDA government of 1998 era, 1999 era, in which Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the prime minister. Okay, so it is a flagship scheme of Atal Bihari Vajpayee in which he is going to connect all the corners of India by the Golden Quadrilateral, and it is a network of road transport. Okay, now come to the next question from here. Question number 69, and question number 69 here goes with that the price of one currency in terms of other is known as. Okay, the price of one currency in terms of other currency is known as foreign exchange rate, foreign exchange return, foreign exchange rate, fast exchange rate, and fast exchange return. So what will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer for this question? Kindly give me the correct answer for this question. So here the correct answer for this question is foreign exchange return. Okay, we had already discussed this, that when we are talking about the exchange rate of our domestic currency with respect to the foreign currency of any country, then it is known as exchange rate. And there are two types of exchange rate popular in India, popular in the world. First one is fixed exchange rate regime, and the other one is floating exchange rate regime. But in India, we neither follow fixed exchange rate regime or neither we follow the floating exchange rate regime. We work on the managed exchange rate regime, in which the government, or you can say the Reserve Bank of India, intervene whenever our domestic currency appreciate or depreciates. Okay. So here the correct answer is option number B. Next question. Here comes that Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched PM Gati Shakti portal, National Master Plan for Multimodal Connectivity. What is the proposed financial outlay for this scheme? Okay, the question is asking about the Gati Shakti Master Plan. Okay, the Gati Shakti Master Plan has been announced in October 2021 by the government, and it is a plan which is going to connect 16 ministries of India. Okay, it will going to connect 16 ministries of India. 16 ministries of India, so that the infrastructure project, 16 ministries of Indian government, so that the infrastructure projects are not delayed and they are completed on their stipulated time. Okay, and when they are completed in their estimated time, then the cost of the infrastructure will be going to decrease. Okay, so what is the proposed outlay for this national master plan, Gati Shakti National Master Plan? What will be the correct answer for this question? Tell me what will be the correct answer for this question. So the outlay for this program is 100 lakh crore. So the outlay for this program is 100 lakh crore, and to finance this huge project, the government of India set up National Bank for Infrastructure and Development. Okay, to finance this project, government of India set up National Bank for Infrastructure and Development. National Bank for Infrastructure and Development. Okay, National Bank for Infrastructure and Development has been established by the government of India for financing this 100 lakh crore rupees national master plan. Okay, in which year wealth tax is abolished in India. Okay, so wealth tax was a tax which was imposed on the wealth of the people of India, or you can say the residents of India, and this tax has been abolished and it is now banned in India, and it is a kind of direct tax. Okay, wealth tax is a kind of direct tax which is imposed on the wealth of the people. So in which year it is abolished? Here the options here are 2016-17, 2015-16, 2014-15 and 2017-18. What is the correct answer for this question? What is the correct answer for this question? What is the correct answer? So here the correct answer for this question is it is abolished in 2015-16. Okay, it is abolished in 2015-16 in the year. Okay, so there are two types of taxes in India. One is direct tax and other one is indirect taxes. One is direct taxes and other is indirect taxes. Okay, when the incidence of tax and impact of tax both happens on the same person, okay, on the same entity, then it is known as direct tax. Okay, when the incidence of tax, when the incidence of tax and imposition of tax and imposition of tax, so impact of tax. Okay, so these both things when affect the same entity, okay, one entity, then it is known as indirect, sorry, it is known as direct tax. And when we talk about the when we talk about the indirect tax, the incidence of tax and impact of tax both okay. So in the kind of direct tax, both the incidence of tax and impact of tax, okay, this is impacting the income of the A, but in the kind of indirect tax, incidence of tax and impact of tax is impacting the income of A and also the income of B. Okay, now let's move to the next question. When was the first budget presented in India? When was the first budget presented in India? So here the options are 26th of November 1949, 26th of November 1947, 7th of April 1860, or you can say the 1st April 1869. So here are four options available for you and you have to mark the only one answer, and it is the only correct answer for this question. When was the first budget presented in India? When was the first budget presented in India? Kindly consider the words in the question. Consider the words in the question. What will be the correct answer for this question? Okay, the first budget of India was presented on the 7th of April 1860. Okay, 7th of April 1860 is the date on which the first budget of India was presented by the James Wilson. Okay, presented by James Wilson. Okay, so you should mark this question. And when we talk about the 26th November 1947, it is the first budget of independent India. Okay, it is the date where on which first budget of independent India was presented by the Shanmukham Chetty. Presented by R.K. Shanmukham Chetty. By R.K. Shanmukham Chetty. Okay, and we talk about the 26th November 1949. It is the date on which Constitution was completed. Okay, so on 26th November 1949, it is the date on which the Constitution of India was completed and adopted by the government on this date. And on the 26th November 1947, the first budget of independent India was presented by R.K. Shanmukham Chetty, and on 7th of April 1860, it is the date on which the first budget of India was presented by Sir James Wilson. Now, next move to the next question. Question number 73 comes here that who holds the record of longest budget speech in India? Who holds the record of longest budget speech in India? Manmohan Singh, Arun Jaitley, Nirmala Sitharaman and Yashwant Sinha. What will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer for this question? Kindly let me know. Kindly let me know what is the correct answer for this question. What is the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer for this question? So the correct answer for this question is Nirmala Sitharaman. Nirmala Sitharaman holds the record of longest budget speech in India. Okay, she holds the record of longest budget speech in India. Okay, earlier the record was held by the Manmohan Singh, and in the budget of 1991, or you can say the economic reforms period, he had presented the longest budget of India. Okay, now come to the question number 74. On the recommendation of whose committee rail budget is separated from the union budget? Okay, very important question, and it was separated in 1924. It was separated in 1924, and whose recommendation? Eckworth Committee, Vivek Debroy Committee, Hilton Young Commission and Finance Commission. So let's discuss this question very comprehensively so that the no question is left, no concept is left behind. So the correct answer for this question is Eckworth Committee. Okay, the correct answer for this question is Eckworth Committee. On the recommendations of Eckworth Committee, the railway budget was separated from the union budget, and when we talk about the Vivek Debroy Committee, it was formed in 2017, and on the recommendations of this, railway budget was merged with railway budget was merged with union budget. Okay, so you have to remember this also. In the year 1924, the railway budget was separated, and in the 2017, the railway budget was merged with union budget. Okay, and on the recommendations of Vivek Debroy Committee. And we talk about the Hilton Young Commission. It is a very important commission. It was the very important commission, and in the year 1926 it was established, and it recommended the establishment of Reserve Bank of India. Okay, recommended the establishment of Reserve Bank of India. Establishment of Reserve Bank of India in India. Okay. And when we talk about the Finance Commission, it is related with the allocation of you not say revenue, allocation of taxes income between center and the states. Okay, and it is under the Article 280. Of the Constitution. So these all are the basic points that you have to remember while preparing for your examination, so that you can score well in your examination. Okay, so you have to study comprehensively for your examination, so that no concept is left behind and you are not in panic when you are attempting the question in the examination hall. Now question number 75 here goes with that. Which institution in India acts as a lender of the last resort? Very important question that is asked in the examinations. Okay, and this question is asked in the examinations. So what is the correct answer for this question? Which institution in India acts as a lender of the last resort? Okay, and you can say this as LOLR. Okay, this is also known as LOLR. This is also known as LOLR. Which institution is known as lender of the last resort? Okay, here the options are Finance Ministry, Reserve Bank of India, Treasury, and currency printing presses. Which institution is known as lender of the last resort? Nobody is giving the answers. I think the questions are very tough. But in my opinion, all these questions are asked in the examinations. 5 people are watching, but nobody is giving the answers. Is the questions are really tough? Is the questions are really tough? Can you tell me? Is the questions are really tough? But in my opinion, these all are the relevant questions for your examinations, and these are repeatedly asked in the examinations. And there is a great probability that they will be going to be asked in the upcoming examinations as well. What will be the correct answer for this question? क्या ये क्वेश्चन इतने ज्यादा टफ है कि आप आंसर नहीं कर पा रहे? वैसे मेरे हिसाब से मैं ऐसे क्वेश्चन लेकर आया हूं जो आपके एग्जाम में पूछे गए हैं. हाँ भाई, तो यहाँ पर अगर बात करूं सबसे जो सटीक आंसर यहाँ बनकर आता है, द मोस्ट एक्यूरेट आंसर हियर कम्स विद द क्वेश्चन इज, the correct answer for this question is Reserve Bank of India. Okay, the Reserve Bank of India is known as LOLR. Okay, it is the last function of the Reserve Bank of India, along with the function of monetary authority and currency printing or issuing the currency, and granting loans to the banks and financial institutions, and granting loans to the government as well. And this is the last function of the Reserve Bank of India. So we can say that in the situation of panic, or when the funds are not available from anywhere in the country and foreign as well, so the government approaches to the Reserve Bank of India, and they are the last resort for all the banks and government. Okay, so here the correct answer is Reserve Bank of India. Now come to the question number 76. Question number 76. So what is the full form of NPCI, which is an umbrella organization for all retail payment system of India? Okay, this is the most what you can say that this is the most important, or you can say the it is an organization which is behind the UPI. Okay, the mind behind the UPI is created by the NPCI. Okay, so what is the correct full form of NPCI? It is the joint venture of Indian Banks Association and the Reserve Bank of India, and it was established in it was established in 2008, and it was governed by Dilip Asbe. So what is the correct full form of NPCI, which is an umbrella organization for all retail payments of India? What is the correct answer? Kindly give me the correct answer for this question. So here the correct answer for this question is National Payment Corporation of India. Okay, National Payment Corporation of India. So they have developed many platforms such as RuPay. They have developed many platforms. Okay, and it was established. It is a joint venture. It is a joint venture of RBI and Indian Banks Association and Indian Banks Association. It is the joint venture of RBI and Indian Banks Association. Okay, and it was established in 2008. It was established in 2008, and who is the MD? The MD is Dilip Asbe. Okay, and it is, and when we talk about headquarters, it is headquartered in Mumbai. It is headquartered in Mumbai. And we talk about the products of NPCI. When we talk about the products of NPCI, there are several products which have revolutionized the payment infrastructure of India. Okay, the most important is UPI. The most important is UPI, that is Unified Payment Interface. Okay, the most important is Unified Payment Interface of Unified Payment Interface. Okay, Unified Payment Interface, and the other is RuPay card. The other is RuPay card. Next is Bharat QR code. Okay, Bharat QR. Bharat QR, and QR stands for quick response. Okay, QR stands for quick response code. So these all are the basic information you should remember for your upcoming examinations. Okay, now let's move to the next question from here. What is a bank rate? Bank dar kya hai? Okay, very important question that is asked in several examinations of SSC, or either you can see the state level examinations. What is bank rate? Rate at which central bank of a country advances loan to the other banks in the country, rate at which banks advances loan to the customers, and rate at which banks lend among themselves, rate at which banks lend money to the money lenders. So what will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer for this question? What is the correct answer? So the correct answer for this question is rate at which central bank of a country advances loan to the other banks in the country. Okay, so what is the correct answer for this question is rate at which central bank of a country advances loan to other banks in the country. So this is the correct answer for this question. Okay, so there are three types of rates at which Reserve Bank of India grants loans to the customers. Okay, what are they? The first one, if the Reserve Bank of India is granting loans to the banks, okay, if the Reserve Bank of India is granting loans to the banks, there are three types of loans. The first one is MSF. The first one is marginal standing facility. The first one is marginal standing facility. Marginal standing facility we called is MSF, and the duration for this marginal standing facility is, okay, the duration for this facility is 1 day. And when the Reserve Bank of India grants loans to the banks and the duration is okay, so here the duration is 2 to 90 days, 2 to 90 days, and 91 days to 1 year. 91 days to 1 year. So this is the these are the rates which are charged by the Reserve Bank of India on their lendings to the commercial banks. So first one is marginal standing facility, and under this facility the Reserve Bank of India grants loans for the bank for only 1 day. And in the repo rate, Reserve Bank of India grants loans to the banks for 2 to 90 days, and while Reserve Bank of India grants 91 days to 1 year loan to the banks, they charge bank rate from them. Okay, so these are the three kinds of rates which are charged by the Reserve Bank of India on their lendings to the commercial bank. You should remember. Okay, so the most popular is repo rate. It is known as policy rate, and it is what you can say that it is supervised by the Reserve Bank of India from time to time, and it keeps a check on the inflation, on the growth, or on the growth rate of the economy. Okay, so what is the current repo rate of the Reserve Bank of India? Kindly tell me in the comment box. What is the current repo rate? Okay, what is the current repo rate? What is the current repo rate? Kindly tell me in the comment box. Kindly tell me in the comment box. What is the current repo rate? Okay, now here comes the next question for you. The nationalization of major commercial banks took place in. The nationalization of major commercial bank took place in 1947, 1956, 1969 and 1980. What will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer for this question? The nationalization of major banks took place in 1947, 1956, 1969 and 1980. What is the correct answer for this question? So the nationalization of banks was done in two phases in India. The first phase of nationalization was done in 1969 and the other phase of nationalization was done in 1980. And the date on which the first nationalization was done is done on 19th of July 1969. Okay, 19th of July 1969 was the date on which first time nationalization of banks was done in India. And what were the number of banks? Then the number of banks was 14. Okay, 14 banks with capital more than 50 crore, with capital more than 50 crore were nationalized. And on the date of 15th of April 1980, 15th of April 1980, six more banks with capital 200 crore were nationalized. Okay, on 15th of April 1980, six more banks with capital 200 crore were nationalized in India, and these are the 20 banks which were nationalized in two phases. Okay, but nowadays there are only 12 public sector banks. There are only 12 public sector banks in India. Public sector banks in India. Okay. So first of all, you should remember that on 19th of July 1969, there were 14 major banks. 14 major banks were nationalized. Okay, 14 banks were nationalized on 19th July of 1969, and on the 15th of April 1980, 6 banks were nationalized, and this is the second phase. Okay, but nowadays there are 12 public sector banks in 2020-22. Okay, in 2020-22 there are 12 public sector banks remaining in India, and the first time nationalization was done in fourth 5-year plan. Okay, it was done in fourth 5-year plan, and it was done in sixth 5-year plan. And in the both 5-year plans, the government of Indira Gandhi was present, and they take a great leap in nationalizing the commercial banks of India. Okay, now come to the next question number 79. Okay, what does the question number 79 say? Question number 79 is saying that what is the role of ombudsman in a bank? What is the role of ombudsman in a bank? So here comes the options are: to provide quality and speedy redressal of grievances of the customers. Option number B, to provide suggestions for innovative schemes in the banks. C, to inspect the internal working of the branches. D, to monitor the poverty alleviation programs undertaken by or implemented by the banks. So what is the correct answer for this question? Kindly comment in the comment box. Okay, the ombudsman scheme was started in 1940. What is started in 1995. Okay, establishment in 1995. Okay, but now ombudsman scheme 2006 is working. Okay, working in India. So what is the correct answer for this question? So the basic role of the ombudsman is to provide quality and speedy redressal of the grievances of the customers related to the banks and financial institutions. Okay, so all of the grievances of the customers which are related to the banks and financial institutions are heard by the banking ombudsman, of the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, it is also known as banking lokpal. And you have to remember that the highest authority in the banking lokpal scheme is the deputy governor of the RBI. Okay, you should remember that. Okay, you should remember that appellate authority under banking ombudsman scheme is deputy governor of RBI, is deputy governor of Reserve Bank of India. Okay, you should remember for your examination, because these are all the questions that are asked in the SSC level examinations. Okay, now come to the next question, question number 80. The major objective of monetary policy is to. What is the major objective of the monetary policy? What is the major objective of the monetary policy? Okay, the major objective of the monetary policy is to increase government taxes revenue, revamp the public distribution system, to promote economic growth with price stability, and the last option, weed out the corruption in the economy. What is the correct option? What is the correct option in this question? What is the correct option in this question? The correct answer in this question. So the when we talk about the monetary policy in our previous session, we have talked about the three objectives of the monetary policy. What are they? The first objective of the monetary policy is to regulate the price of the goods and services, or to keep a check on the prices of the goods and services in the economy. And the next one is what? To check the economic growth. Okay, to keep an eye on the economic growth of the economy. And the last one is to check on the unemployment levels in the economy. Okay, so there are three objectives of the monetary policy. Okay, there are three objectives of the monetary policy. First one is promote economic growth. Okay, and the second one is, number two is price stability, and number three is unemployment. Okay, so these all are the three aspects which are kept in mind while formulating the monetary policy by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so who is the highest authority who designed the monetary policy of India? Monetary policy is decided by monetary policy is made by the Monetary Policy Committee. Okay, so it is made by the Monetary Policy Committee. It is made by the Monetary Policy Committee. Okay, there are 6 members in MPC. Okay, there are 6 members. In the Monetary Policy Committee. And who is the chairman of MPC? Then the answer is chairman of MPC. Who is the chairman? The answer is Governor of RBI. Who is the chairman? Governor of RBI. Okay. Understood? Three members from RBI, three members from outside of RBI, nominated by the Government of India. Okay, so MPC is the highest authority in India who decide the policy rates of the Reserve Bank of India, and this all comes in the ambit of the monetary policy. Okay, so there are 6 total members in the monetary policy committee, and who is the chairman of the MPC? Then the answer will be the Governor of RBI. There are 3 members from RBI and 3 members are outside from the RBI, and they are nominated by the Government of RBI. And you have to note one thing also, that if there is a tie in the decision of deciding the policy rates of the monetary policy, then the Reserve Bank of India governor, okay, the Governor of RBI has the casting vote. The Governor of RBI has the casting vote when there is a tie in MPC. Okay, you should also remember that. Governor of RBI has casting vote. Has casting vote in case of vote in case of tie in decision. Tie in decision regarding policy rate. Okay, so these all are the basic questions that are asked frequently in the examinations. Now come to the next question from here. The next question is, which of the following controls the insurance business of India? Okay, which of the following controls the business of insurance business of India? So here the options are RBI, IDBI, SEBI and IRDA. So what is the correct answer for this question is, so when we talk about the talk about the RBI, it is the regulatory body of banking business. Okay, it is the regulatory body of banking business. It is the regulatory body of banking business, and it is a commercial bank. It is a commercial bank. It is a commercial bank. And when we talk about SEBI, it is known as Securities and Exchange Board of India, and it is the regulatory body of regulator of stock market. Regulator of stock market. Regulator of stock market. And we talk about the IRDA. Okay, IRDA stands for Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Okay, it is known as IRDAI. It's the regulating body of insurance business in India, and it was established on the recommended by, and it is recommended by Malhotra committee. Okay, it is recommended by Malhotra committee. You should remember for your upcoming examinations. Okay, now let's move to the next question. The Banking Regulation Act was passed in India in 1951, 1974, 1965 and 1949. So what is the correct answer for this question? Okay, so when we talk about the Banking Regulation Act, it was passed in 1949, and the correct name by which the act was passed is Banking Companies Act 1949. Okay, the correct name was Banking Companies Act 1949. But in the same year, the act was renamed as Banking Regulating Banking Regulation Act 1949. So this is the act which is applicable on the all commercial banks of India, and under this act all the banks functions. Okay. And the other act is Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. So here comes the next question for you. Question number 83. The question is, which of the following motif is present on the 2000 rupees note of Indian currency? Okay. On the currency of 2000 rupee note, which motif is present? Which motif is present? Here options are Mangalyaan, Sanchi Stoop, Sun Temple and Hampi with chariot. Which motif is present? So in this question, the correct answer is Mangalyaan. The correct answer is Mangalyaan. Mangalyaan is present on the 2000 rupee note, and Sanchi Stoop is available on the rupees 200 note, 200 note. Okay, and Sun Temple is available on Konark Sun Temple is available on rupees 10 note, and Hampi with chariot is available on rupees 50 note. Okay, rupees 50 note. Okay, so these is the and on rupees 100 rupee note, on 100 rupee note, what is the correct answer? On 100 rupee note, Ellora Caves. Ellora Caves. So now come to the next question. Who is the chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee? Who is the chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee? Finance Minister of India, President of India, and Governor of Reserve Bank of India, Prime Minister of India. So as we have earlier studies, or we have earlier discussed in the Monetary Policy Committee topic or concept, the chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee is the Reserve Bank of India's governor. Okay, the governor of Reserve Bank of India is the chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee. Okay, and Monetary Policy Committee is also known as MPC. Okay, it is also known as MPC, and all the policy rates of India, or you can say the Reserve Bank of India, are decided by MPC. Okay. So what is the work of MPC? Okay, what is the work of MPC? Then the work of MPC is it decides policy rate of monetary policy. Policy rate of monetary policy. And how many members are there in the MPC? Then we have already discussed there are 6 members. Okay, there are 6 members in MPC. 3 from RBI, 3 from RBI, and 3 nominated by the Government of India. 3 nominated by Government of India. Okay, and the Governor of RBI has casting vote. Governor of RBI has casting vote in case of tie. Now let's move to the next question from here. In the context of India's banking system, what is the full form of NEFT? In the context of India's banking system, what is the full form of NEFT? National Equity Fund Transaction, National Electronic Fund Transfer, National Equity Finance Transaction, National Electronic Finance Transfer. So what is the correct answer for this question? What is the correct answer for this question? Can you tell me? What is the correct answer for this question? So when we are talking about the India's banking system and we are talking about the online transfer of money, then 2 pictures come in mind, or you can say the 3 pictures come in mind. The first one is NEFT, other one is RTGS, and the last one is UPI. Okay, and UPI is based on the IMPS system. Okay, So here the correct answer for this question is National Electronic Fund Transfer. Okay, so this is the correct, answer for this question, National Electronic Fund Transfer. Okay, so this is the online payment system, or you can say the online system of transferring money from one account to the another. Okay, and the other one is RTGS. Okay, the other one is RTGS. RTGS stands for real time gross settlement. Okay, RTGS stands for real time gross settlement. Then a question arises that what is the difference between NEFT and RTGS? If both are the system of both are the online payment system, or you can say the online system of transferring money from one account to another, then what is the basic difference between RTGS and NEFT? So the basic difference between NEFT and RTGS is that fund transfer takes place in batches. Okay, fund transfer takes place in batches. Fund transfer takes place in batches. But while we come to the real time gross settlement, the real time gross settlement, fund transferred instantly. Fund transfer happens instantly. Fund transfer happens instantly. But the minimum amount that can be transferred from NEFT is rupees 2 lakh. Okay, minimum 2 lakh. And when we talk about the maximum, the answer is no limit. The answer is no limit. Okay, and when we talk about the NEFT, minimum is no limit, no limit. And when we talk about maximum, the answer is no limit. The answer is no limit. Okay, the answer is no limit. So you should remember for the upcoming examinations. Okay, so this is the RTGS and NEFT difference. Now come to the next question. As of August 2022, who is the Secretary General of United Nations? Who is the Secretary General of United Nations? So the question I was asking about the United Nations: Ban Ki-moon, Antonio Guterres, Kofi Annan, and Abdullah Shahid. What is the correct answer for this question? So when we talk about the United Nations was established on 24th October 1945. Okay, it was established on the 24th October 1945, and Antonio Guterres is the Secretary General of United Nations, and it is headquartered at New York. Okay, it is headquartered at New York, and it has six main bodies. Which are headquartered at New York, except the ICJ. Okay, ICJ, International Court of Justice. International Court of Justice is headquartered at The Hague. And Hague is situated in Netherlands. Okay, so there are 15 judges in this court. And each term is 9 years. Okay, so once you are appointed, you will work for 9 years in this ICJ, and there are 15 judges in the International Court of Justice, and ICJ is the part of the 6 main bodies of the United Nations, and all are headquartered at New York except the International Court of Justice. Okay, so here the correct answer is Antonio Guterres for this question. So as we have the more explanation in this uh, slide. United Nations, as discussed, is known as the international organization. It is established on 24th of October 1945. Okay, the UN was the second multi-purpose international organization established in 20th century after the Treaty of Versailles. Okay, Treaty of Versailles, the organization was established as League of Nations. Okay, so an organization known as the League of Nations was the predecessor of the United Nations, and it was established on the 10th of January 1920 by the Treaty of Versailles that was signed in 1919 after the First World War. After the First World War, League of Nations was established. Okay, so the League of Nations was disbanded in 1946. Okay, the League of Nations was disbanded in 1946. And if somebody asks what are the official languages of the United Nations, the answers here are Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russia and Spanish. Okay, so these are the official languages. Okay, how many? There are 6 official languages of the United Nations. Okay, how many languages? There are 6 official languages of the United Nations. What are they? They are Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian and Spanish. Okay, I am repeating the answer. Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian and Spanish. So these are the 6 official languages of the United Nations. Okay, there are 6 principal organizations as we have discussed earlier. What are they? They are General Assembly. They are General Assembly. Okay, and the General Assembly is held every year, and every year the president of the General Assembly changes. Okay, so the General Assembly, the Security Council, and the Security Council a total of 15 members in it, and 5 are permanent members and 10 are the non-permanent members, and India is not the permanent member of the Security Council. Okay, and the third one is the Economic and Social Council. The fourth one is the Trusteeship Council, fifth one is Secretariat, and the last but not the least, International Court of Justice is situated at The Hague in Netherlands, and all other are based in the New York, America. Okay, and US Security Council consists of 15 members as we have already discussed. 5 are permanent and the 10 members are the non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. Okay, and the non-permanent members are elected for 2 years period. So India had been elected at various times in the United Nations Security Council non-permanent member. So the next question here asked is, the headquarters of UNESCO is at New York, Washington DC, Paris and Geneva. So what is the correct answer? Can you tell me? What is the correct answer for this question? The correct answer for this question is Paris. Okay, so UNESCO is situated at Paris and it stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organizations. Okay, so this is the correct full form of the UNESCO. Now come to the question number 88. The Bretton Woods Agreement led to the creation of which of the following? Okay, very important agreement that was signed in 1954. It was signed in 1954 and it is the most important agreement in the international organization's history. Okay, so what is the correct answer? International Labour Organization, United Nations, World Trade Organization, or the International Monetary Fund? So what is the correct answer for this question? Hmm. What is the correct answer? Shreya Bara, you are giving B option. No, B option is not the correct answer for this question. Okay, B option is not correct answer for this question. Bretton Woods Agreement was signed in 1944 and it led to the creation of International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and the other one is International Monetary Fund. Okay, so by the Bretton Woods Agreement 1944, the two organizations were established. The first one is International Monetary Fund and the other one is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So here the correct answer is for International Monetary Fund. Okay, this is the correct answer for this question. Now let's move to the next question. So next question is the number of principal organs of UNO is. The number of principal organization of organs of UNO is. As we have already discussed in the previous slides, then tell me the correct answer for this question. If Prakash Sharma, if you are asking for the banking examinations, then the banking and financial awareness is same, or you can say this is a static part, but you have to go for the current affairs. Okay, maximum portion is covered from the current affairs, so you have to prepare comprehensively for the current affairs for at least 6 months, for if you are willing to appear in the banking examinations. Okay, so this is the correct approach you have to follow in the banking examinations. So the principal organizations here are, correct option is 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the correct answer? What is the correct answer for this question? Hmm. Hmm. So the correct answer for this question is the principal or number of principal organs of UNO is question number option number D, that is 6, as we have already discussed in the previous slide. Now come to the next question. The headquarters of International Labour Organization is at Geneva, New York, Paris, Washington DC. So what so where is International Labour Organization is situated? Kindly give me the correct answer for this question. So every year on 31st of May, sorry, 1st of May, every year on 1st of May, the Labor Day is celebrated. So the correct answer for this question is, can you tell me? So the correct answer for this question is option number A, that is Geneva. All the organizations with start with world or international and ends with organization, they are mainly situated in the Geneva. Okay, all those organizations which start with international, with international, or world, with international or world, and ends at organization, and ends at organization, they are situated in headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, they are headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. So this is the correct answer for this question. Okay, so you have to keep in mind, but there are certain exceptions in this trick. Okay, what are they? Such that IMO, International Maritime Organization, IMO, International Maritime Organization, is situated in London. Okay, IMO is situated in London, except all you will find in the Geneva. Okay, now come to the next question from here. So there is a explanation of the ILO, as we have earlier discussed that it was established in 1919 by the Treaty of Versailles. Okay, and the Treaty of Versailles was signed after the First World War between Germany and the America, and headquartered is Geneva, Switzerland, and Gilbert Hongbo from Togo is the Director General of ILO. Okay, and on 1st of May we celebrate the International Labour Day. Now come to the next question, question number 19. Question number is 19 is 91 is asking that what is the full form of NASA? What is the full form of NASA? National Aviation and Space Administration, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, National Agency of Space Administration, and National Aeronautics Space Agency. So what will be the correct answer for this question? Kindly comment in the comment box. What is the correct answer? What is the correct answer for this question? Okay, NASA is the space agency of US. Just like we have ISRO in India. Just like we have ISRO in India. Okay, ISRO India and Roscosmos. Okay, Roscosmos is of Russia and JAXA of Japan. JAXA of Japan. Okay, what is the correct answer? What is the correct answer for this question? Okay, so the correct answer for this question is National Aeronautics and Space Administration. National Aeronautics and Space Administration is the correct answer for this question, and it is a space agency of the US, just like we have ISRO in India. Now come to the next question. Which among the following is not the member of G7? Okay, G7 here stands for Group of 7 Nations. Group of 7 Nations. So what is the correct answer for this question? US, UK, Canada, US, UK, Canada, Russia. US, UK, Canada, Russia. What is the correct answer for this question? Kindly tell me. What is the correct answer for this question? So when we talk about the G7 nations, the Russia is not the member of G7. Earlier the group was named as G8. Okay, earlier the group was named as G8, but after the attack of Russia on the Crimea, America or the G7 nations has barred Russia from G8, and now the group is named as G7. Okay, so in the G8 nations, Russia is the part, but in the G7, Russia is not the part of G7 group. Okay, so here is the more information about the G7 nations. It is an international intergovernmental economic organization. Okay, it is an international intergovernmental organization, and it was formed in 1975. Okay, it was formed in 1975, and here is a trick to remember the countries of the G7. Jews with girlfriend. Jews with girlfriend. Okay, and J stands for Japan, and U stands for US, Japan, J for Japan, U for US, I for Italy, C for Canada, and E for England. E for England. Okay, and G for Germany, and F for France. F for France. Okay, so this is the trick to remember the G7 nations. Okay, so in 2022, the 48th meeting of the G7 group was held in Germany, and in the next year the meeting will take place in Japan, and in further 2024 the meeting will held in the Italy. Okay, so 50th meeting will be going to held in Italy. You should remember for upcoming examinations. Okay, so what is the what is the sequence? Okay, Germany, Japan, I. So you can remember with the alphabetical series. Okay, so G is number 7, J number 10, and I stands for no, this will not work. This will not work. Okay, now come to the next question from here. International Court of Justice is located at. International Court of Justice is located at. Here the correct answers are, you have to find out Washington DC, The Hague, New York and Geneva. Washington DC, The Hague, New York and Geneva. So what is the correct answer for this question? What is the correct answer for this question? As we earlier discussed that the International Court of Justice is among the 6 main bodies of the UN, and it is the one organization that is not headquartered in New York, and it is situated in The Hague. It is situated in The Hague. That comes in the Netherlands. And we have already discussed that there are 15 judges, and each judge have the tenure of the 9 years. Okay, and the secretariat of the ICJ is at Hague. And one thing I have to discuss with you, a person named as Dalbir Bhandari, a person named as Dalbir Bhandari is the judge in ICJ, and he is an Indian, Okay, now come to the next question. Which agency handles the global health issues? Okay, here the options are World Health Organization, Food and Agriculture Organization, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, Indian Council of Medical Research. Kindly give me the correct answer for this question. Very simple question. Recently, so the correct answer for this question is global health issues are handled by the World Health Organization. Okay, the global health issues are controlled by the World Health Organization. Recently, the World Health Organization banned cough syrup from India. Banned cough syrup from India after the death of 66 children. Okay, after the death of cough syrup from India, after the death of 66 children in Gamivia. Okay, so this is the very important organization, and it had recommended several measures to how to control the COVID, and it was in very news in the COVID crisis in 2020 and 21. Now come to the next question. Question number 19. Question number 19 is saying that the headquarters of World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, is located in. Okay, so WIPO, where is the headquarters of WIPO? As we have earlier discussed that every organization which is starting with the world or international and ending on the organization, the probability is that the headquarter will be located in Geneva. So this is the correct answer for this question. Okay, and you have to remember that index has been published by the WIPO is Global Innovation Index. Okay, an index has been published by the WIPO, that is Global Innovation Index, and it was published recently in 2022, and India was ranked at 40. India ranked as 40. Okay, so you should remember that this question will be going to be asked in your upcoming examinations. Now come to the question number 96. The question number 96 is that saying that first Indian to make a speech in Hindi before the UN General Assembly is. Okay, who was the first person to make a speech in Hindi before the UNGA? What will be the correct answer for this question? Kindly tell me. So the correct answer for this question is Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the first person who made a speech in UNGA in Hindi language. Okay, and who was the first president of UNJ, or we can say the first Indian president of UNGA? So the answer was Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Okay, first Indian president of UNGA. First Indian president of UNGA. First Indian president of UNGA is Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Okay. She is the sister of Jawaharlal Nehru. She is the sister of Jawaharlal Nehru, and she is the first person to be the president of UNGA of Indian origin. Now come to the next question, question number 97, and it is asking Interpol means. Interpol means International Political Conference, International Criminal Police Organization, International Association of Police Officers, and none of these. Okay, what will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer? Kindly tell me. So the correct answer for this question is International Criminal Police Organization. Okay, International Criminal Police Organization. Recently, assembly was held in New Delhi. Okay, recent General Assembly. Recent General Assembly held in New Delhi. New Delhi. 90th General Assembly was held in New Delhi, and it was a current affairs news that can be asked in the examinations, and it is headquartered at Lyon, France, and it is headquartered at Lyon, France. Now come to the next question. Question number 98. Question number 98. Which of the following is not an agency of UN? Which of the following is not an agency of UN? Okay, question is not asking about the principal agency of UN. Question is not asking about the principal organs of UN. They are simply asking the agency of UN. So kindly read the question properly and then make the answer. So what is the correct answer for this question? What is the correct answer for this question? So the correct here options are World Health Organization, International Committee of Red Cross, International Monetary Fund, Food and Agriculture Organization. Food and Agriculture Organization, International Monetary Fund, International Committee of the Red Cross, World Health Organization. So what is the correct answer for this question? So here the correct answer for this question is International Committee of the Red Cross. International Committee of the Red Cross is the correct answer for this question, because World Health Organization, IMF, IBRD, UNESCO, UNICEF, WWF, these all are the bodies of the, or you can say the agency of UN. So here the correct answer is option number B, that is International Committee of the Red Cross. Now come to the next question. Amnesty International has its headquarters at Berlin, Paris, London, New York. Okay, Paris, Berlin, London, New York. Where is the headquarters of the Amnesty International? What is the correct answer for this question? So the Amnesty International has been banned from India. Okay, all the operations of the Amnesty International has been banned from India, and all the accounts of the Amnesty International has been seized by the government of India because of the irregularities and the picture they are presenting to the other world of India, and especially from the Jammu and Kashmir region. Okay, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh region. So they are saying they are presenting the wrong picture of the India. So the government of India banned the Amnesty International from India and all their operations. So the headquarters of Amnesty International is located at London. Okay, London. This is the correct answer for this question. Now come to the question number 100. So question number 100 is saying that which of the following countries is not a member of SAARC? Which of the following countries is not the member of SAARC? So the trick for this is MBBS is suffering from pain. MBBS is suffering from pain. MBBS is suffering from pain. It is the trick to get the answer for this question. Here MBBS, here MBBS, okay. MBBS, M for Maldives, M for Maldives, B for Bangladesh, and next B for Bhutan, next B for Bhutan, and S for Sri Lanka, S for Sri Lanka. And when we talk about pain, when we talk about pain, P for Pakistan, P for Pakistan, A for Afghanistan, A for Afghanistan, I for India, and N for Nepal, and N for Nepal. So these all are the nations which are associated with the SAARC, and SAARC is headquartered at Dhaka, sorry, Kathmandu. SAARC is headquartered at the Kathmandu, and it was incepted in 1985. It was incepted in 1985 by the recommendations of the Bangladesh. But the 19th meeting of the SAARC is going to be held in 2016 in the Pakistan, Islamabad. But at the same time, Uri attack was happened in the India, or you can say the Jammu and Kashmir region. So the 19th meeting was cancelled, and the members of the SAARC nations boycotted the Bangladesh, or sorry, Pakistan, and from since then no meeting was held of the SAARC. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is, the correct answer for this option is, question is Myanmar. Okay, Myanmar is not the member of the SAARC nations. Okay, so headquarter of SAARC is at Kathmandu. Okay, the headquarter of this organization is at Kathmandu. Now come to the next question. Where is the permanent secretariat of SAARC? Okay, we have already discussed this. The options are Kathmandu, Islamabad, New Delhi, Dhaka. Kathmandu, Islamabad, New Delhi, Dhaka. So the correct answer for this question is Kathmandu. The correct answer for this question is Kathmandu. Okay, now come to the next question. The term of office of a judge of the International Court of Justice is, the term of the office of the International Court of judge of the International Court of Justice is 5 years, 7 years, 9 years, 10 years. What is the correct answer for this question? So as we have already discussed this in the previous slides, the term of the International Court of Justice, judge of the International Court of Justice is 9 years. Okay, the term of the office of the judge of the ICJ is 9 years. Now come to the question number 103. 103. Now, who was the first Indian to be the president of UNGA? First Indian to be the president of UNGA. Okay, here options are Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, Natwar Singh, Ramesh Bhandari, Krishna Menon. What is the correct answer for this question? What is the correct answer for this question? So as we have already discussed that Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, who was the sister of Jawaharlal Nehru, is the first Indian president of the UNGA, or we can say the UN General Assembly. Now come to the question number 104. The world's largest international organization and a successor of the League of Nations is. As we have already discussed, the League of Nations is established in 1920 by Treaty of Versailles. Why the Treaty of by the Treaty of Versailles. Okay, so the League of Nations was established in 1920 by the Treaty of Versailles. We have discussed, and the Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1919 after the First World War. Okay, and the League of Nations was disbanded in 1946. Okay, the League of Nations was disbanded in 1946. So what will be the correct answer for this question? So the successor of the League of Nations is UNO. UNO, and it was founded in 24th of October 1945. 24th of October 1945, and on the same day, 24th October, we celebrate UN Day. We celebrate UN Day every year. Okay, now come to the question number 105. The headquarters of International Monetary Fund is situated at. The headquarters of International Monetary Fund is situated at. Okay, so we have already discussed about the UN. Now comes to the IMF. So the headquarters of IMF was situated at Washington DC. Okay, is situated at Washington DC. So Washington DC is the correct answer for this question. Washington DC is the correct answer for this question. Okay, now come to the more explanation. So in 1944, Bretton Woods Agreement was signed, as we have already discussed in the previous slides. So that in 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement was signed, or you can say the Bretton Woods Conference was held in 1944, and the same conference, Bretton Woods Agreement, was signed in 1944. Okay, and it was held in New Hampshire, United States, and it was the IMF was launched on 27th of December 1945. The IMF was launched on 27th of December 1945. Okay, so we have to know that who is the managing director of IMF. Then the answer will be Kristalina Georgieva. Okay, Kristalina Georgieva is the managing director of IMF, and Pierre-Olivier Gourinchas. Pierre-Olivier Gourinchas is the chief economist of the IMF. Earlier the post was held by Geeta Gopinath, and she is an Indian. Okay, she is an Indian. And before that our previous governor Raghuram Govind Rajan also held the post of chief economist, and earlier the post was held by an Indian known as Kaushik Basu. Okay, Kaushik Basu was also. So there are three. So you can say that there are three Indians who held the post of chief economist in the IMF. The first one is Kaushik Basu, next one is Raghuram Govind Rajan, and the third one is Geeta Gopinath. And now the post is held by Kristalina Georgieva. Sorry, Pierre-Olivier Gourinchas. So next we should remember that it publishes two reports. One is Global Financial Stability Report, and World Economic Outlook. Okay, two reports are published by IMF. One is Global Financial Stability Report, and the other one is World Economic Outlook. And there are 190 members. There are 190 members in the IMF. Okay, there are 190 members in the IMF, and the last country to join the IMF is Andorra. Okay, Andorra is the last country to join the IMF. But when we talk about the World Bank, there are only 189 members. Okay, one member is missing. In the World Bank. Okay, so in IBRD there are 190 members, while in World Bank there are only 189 members. Now come to the and you should also remember that the two organizations established by the Bretton Woods Agreement. The first one is IMF and the other one is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Now come to the next question, question number 106. So the question number 106 is saying that if the balance of payment of a country is adverse, then which institution will help the country? Okay, if one country is facing the financial crisis, then which institution comes into play or in the picture to help the country? What is the organization? World Bank, Asian Development Bank, World Trade Organization, or International Monetary Fund? So what will be the organization who is going to help the affected country by the financial crisis? Okay, so recently in two countries, both are the neighbors of India. One is Sri Lanka and the other one is Pakistan. So both the countries have faced the financial crisis, uh, and the international organization which came into play was IMF. Okay, so if a country is facing a balance of payment crisis, then the International Monetary Fund comes into play and it grants bailout package, so that the country can cope out of the impact of the financial emergency. Okay. Now come to the question number 107. The question number 107 is saying that how many currencies are included in the basket of SDR. So first of all, you should note that what is SDR. SDR is here stands for special drawing rights. Okay, SDR stands for special drawing rights. SDR here stands for special drawing rights. Okay, and this is a currency issued by the IMF. This is the currency issued by IMF, and it is also known as paper gold. It is also known as paper gold. So these all are the questions that are asked in the examinations. First one is, what do you understand by SDR? SDR stands for special drawing rights. It is a fictitious currency issued by the IMF, and it is known as the paper gold. Okay, if any country is facing the balance of payment crisis, then it can go to the IMF, and they can get help in the form of SDR according to the quota in the IMF, and they can make payment to the country from where they are importing something. Okay, so there are four currencies in special drawing rights. What are they? One is US dollar, other one is euro, and the next is yuan, and pound. Not yuan, it is yen. Okay, no, sorry, there are five currencies. Yen is also, okay, yen is also a currency. Okay, there are five currencies. What are they? US dollar of America, euro of Europe, yen of Japan, pound of UK, and yen of this is yuan. Yuan of China. Okay, this is yuan of China. Now come to the question number 108. Which of the following are called Bretton Woods twins? IMF and International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD and World Trade Organization, IMF and World Trade Organization, and D option, none of the above. So the Bretton Woods Agreement was signed in Bretton Woods Conference was held in 1944, and in this conference two institutions are born out. They are, first one is IMF and the other one is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Okay, the first one is IMF and the other one is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So the International Bank for Reconstruction is also known as World Bank. Okay, the other name of the IBRD is World Bank. Now come to the next question. International Bank for Reconstruction and Development is also known as, we have already discussed this question, it is known as World Bank. Now come to the question number 110. Which of the following institutions is not the part of World Bank group? Which of the following institutions is not the part of World Bank group? So the options are, okay, World Bank and World Bank group, both are the different things. World Bank and World Bank group, both are the different things. You should remember very carefully. Okay, World Bank is different and World Bank group is also another entity. Okay, So question is asking about the not a part of the World Bank Group. IBRD, WTO, MEGA, ICSID. What will be the correct answer for this question? What will be the correct answer for this question? Kindly comment in the comment box. What is the correct answer for this question? So the correct answer for this question is WTO. WTO is the correct answer for this question, and it is not the part of the, that is known as World Trade Organization, is not the part of the World Bank Group. So who are the part of the World Bank Group? So the first name that comes into picture is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, that is known as IBRD. That is known as IBRD. And other one is International Development Association, that is known as IDA. That is known as IDA. And IFC, and other one is MEGA, and last one is International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. Okay, so these are the 5 organizations that are the part of the World Bank Group. Okay, and when we talk about World Bank, then the IBRD and IDA, these are the part of World Bank. These are the part of World Bank. Okay, now come to the next question. So the next question here is, who became the first woman and first African Director General of WTO? Okay, who became the first women and first African Director General of WTO? So here the question is asking about the WTO. Okay, what is the correct answer? What is the correct answer for this question? Kindly give me the correct answer for this question. Nelson Mandela, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Ursula Burns, and last option is Indira Nooyi. So what is the correct answer? Kindly tell me. Ursula Burns. What is the correct answer for this question? So the correct answer for this question is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is the first African and first woman to hold the post of Director General of the WTO. Okay, World Trade Organization was established on 1st of January 1955. Okay, it was the establishment date of the World Trade Organization, and it is headquartered at Geneva, Switzerland. It is headquartered at Geneva, Switzerland, and earlier there was an organization known as General Agreement on Trade and Tariffs. General Agreement on Trade and Tariffs. General Agreement on Trade and Tariffs. Okay, this is known as GATT. This is known as GATT. Okay, so GATT is working as a predecessor of the World Trade Organization. When the WTO was established, then the GATT was disbanded. Okay, so GATT. So the successor of the GATT is World Trade Organization. Now, come to the other question. There are how many members in the Asian Development Bank? There are how many members in the Asian Development Banks? There are how many members in Asian Development Bank? So the Asian Development Bank was established on 19th of December 1966. 19th of December 1966, and it is headquartered at Mandya, Yulong, Manila, Philippines. Manila, Philippines. Okay, Mandya, Yulong, Manila, Philippines is the headquarter of the Asian Development Bank. And what are the, how many members are there? There are 164. There are 164 members of the Asian Development Bank. Okay. And who is the president of New BRICS Bank? Who is the president of New BRICS Bank? What is the answer? Who is the president of New BRICS Bank? Sorry, New Development Bank, that is also known as BRICS Bank. Masatsugu Asakawa, KV Kamath, Nandan Linkedi, Marcos Trauzo. Okay, one thing I forgot to write here. The president of ADB is Masatsugu Asakawa. Masatsugu Asakawa is the president of Asian Development Bank. Now come to the next question. Who is the president of New Development Bank that was earlier known as BRICS? Okay, who is the president of BRICS Bank? So here the correct answer is Marcos Troizo. Marcos Troizo is the president of NDB, or we can say the New Development Bank. So this is the logo of the New Development Bank, and it was established by the BRICS nations, or a group of BRICS nations: Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. And NDB, the treaty for the formation of the BRICS Bank, or you can say the New Development Bank, was signed in Fortaleza, Brazil in 2015. And in 2015 in Ufa, Russia, the treaty became enforced. Okay, and it is a type of international organization, and it is headquartered at Shanghai, China. So these all are the members. These all are the members of the BRICS Development Bank. New Development Bank: Bangladesh, Brazil, China, Egypt, India, Russia, South Africa, UAE and Uruguay. Okay, so there are new members, or you can say the new entrants, that are members of the New Development Bank Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is headquartered at Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, that is known as AIIB. Is headquartered at Shanghai, Beijing, Seoul, Delhi, New Delhi. So where is the headquarter of Asian Infrastructure Bank? So Asian Infrastructure Bank is headquartered at Beijing, China. Okay, Beijing, China. And in this question, so the New Development Bank is situated in Shanghai, and the Asian Infrastructure Bank is situated in the Beijing, China. So okay, it is the headquarter of Asian Infrastructure Bank, Beijing, China, and it was established on 16th of January 2016. Okay, this is the purely infrastructure bank that will finance the projects of infrastructure of the member countries, and there are 105 member states in the organization. Now come to the next question, question number 115. So the last question of this session is 115, and after this question I am going to end this session. Okay, so here the question is, when too much money chasing too few goods, the situation is. When too much money is chasing too few goods, the situation is deflation, inflation, recession, stagflation. So when too much money is chasing too few goods, so automatically the price will go higher and higher. And here the correct answer for this question is inflation. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Now you got it. So this is the last question of this session, and I'm going to end this session. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and if you have really enjoyed the session, then please comment in the comment box. Okay, and subscribe the button, and press the subscribe button, and also share the session among your friends, so that they can also get the benefit of the economics topic that are asked in the various examinations, and there is a great probability that they are going to be asked in the upcoming examinations. Okay, so I wish you a very, very happy good night to all of you, and very happy Sunday to all of you. Keep enjoying, keep learning, and keep motivated. Okay, thank you and all the best for joining the session.